City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy. The OG on the marquee, J-Bird. And the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the Dawn.
Good afternoon, Quad Cities. You're listening to ESPN 1170. More importantly, you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170. And thank you for tuning in, listening wherever you're at. Should be at home.
Should be.
You can listen to on your app. You can watch us on Facebook Live. Leave comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. And you can call in 563-391-3776. Hey, feel free to share your stories about what you watched on the Ocho yesterday, because that was something else. I made a blog for ESPN 1170 AM and listed what was on ESPN2. They went back to the Ocho. Leah is in studio with us. Say hi to Bomber. Bomber, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, so yesterday was this weird thing of like, now we're going to try to find some sports. So I made a blog, and one thing they did was ESPN2 flipped over to the Ocho, which, if you know, like, the Ocho is...
Is that what you were posting about?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ocho is like a joke to the movie Dodgeball, where
yes.
It was on the Ocho, because it was at that time when Dodgeball came out. I think ESPN2 was... It's still in its infancy stages, and it was a joke that it was going to be leading into more and more different ESPN stations. So they put all kind of random sports on. They did have stone skipping, which was awful to watch. I mean, it was awful. It was off of Mackinac Island, and these guys
in Michigan,
I believe so.
Yeah.
And they would go out there and they'd like wade in the water, and you would think like these things were just going to go on for a mile and a half, and they'd skip like 4 times.
Yeah.
It was nothing that.
Skipping stones, that's where we're at right now?
Yes.
This is where we are.
This is where we are. And the judges would give them what they were. Majority of the time, the judges all just gave them all 5s. There was the World Tetris competition on as well.
Okay, I'd watch that.
Yeah. There was an arm wrestling competition. There was a bratwurst eating contest. So that was on the Ocho. Yesterday also they did we'll talk a little bit later about it. They did an iRacing type of series that was kind of neat and well received. And esports might be where we're headed there in a few days or so. More and more people are trying to figure out. DraftKings did a thing where they simulated a basketball game. It was free for you to get in. You could win money. I did not. There were 40,000.
Why didn't you call me or text me? We could have gotten in on this together.
There's another one today. We'll look at it later. Maybe we'll set a lineup up. 41,000 people are so desperate for some type of sports interaction that they got into this DraftKings. It was free to play. They got in this DraftKings where they were simulating a game between New Orleans Hornets and Memphis, and
simulated
Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah, and what they would do is the computer would randomly take a guy's. It wasn't like their matchup. They would take the stats from a 2019-2020 season, and randomly whatever game it was, and that you'd get those stats. So you can't. It is.
It was like a lever. What do you call those things? You pull the lever, and then the cherries and the lemons and the wild card. What do you call that?
You act like you don't know what a slot machine is.
I know. I just got back from church this morning.
So those are the things that we're looking at doing with our time off here, and from the coronavirus, the COVID. Other things that just to take a look at, we'll get a little bit deeper into the fact that the Olympics probably is going to be postponed, more than likely. Suspended for 4 more years, doubtful. Maybe a year, but we'll look at some things like that.
Isn't that going to throw off the 4-year reoccurrence?
No.
You don't think so? They'll just
come back in 3 more years if they do it. I think they should do it for 1 year, though. I think they should wait a year.
Okay.
That's for certain. The NFL draft in Las Vegas is going to be moved. The NFL hasn't officially canceled or postponed the draft as of yet, but they're going to change the results. Originally, it was going to be in Las Vegas. It was going to be crazy. The stage was going to be set up in the water. As they were announced, they were going to take this boat to get to the red carpet. LA and Las Vegas had all these kinds of things going on
for the
draft, the NFL draft.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But instead,
why are you rubbing the salt in the wound, Jay? Why are you even?
I gotta give the news to the people out there. Instead of being held in Las Vegas, which is essentially shut down because of the CDC mandates, the draft will be held inside a television studio of some sort.
Okay.
All right. So the location is not currently known. The other thing is they're going to include more cutaways of the war room and see how the teams approach to the draft in real time. It's pretty neat. I mean, they do that before, so.
Okay.
With teams have instituted travel bans for personnel, and so it's unlikely that all 32 teams would be present in a central location if they do it in a studio. They're more than welcome to do it here.
Here.
That's what I'm going to. Yeah. Right
well,
here.
I would be all about
studio.
that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that.
I mean,
Yeah. We have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're here. It's not against our will.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not essential, but we're making ourselves essential.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I say. But we have that to look forward to. We're going to have a guest coming in soon. It's going to be David Kirkland from Granite City. He's going to talk to him a little bit. He's out delivering food. And just to welcome back in the area and get him, talk to him a little bit. But we're also going to be joined later in this show, second hour, by Kyle. We've got a phone interview later. And we've got all kinds of things to talk about, like I said. Just there's certain things, and you kind of have to pick and choose what you're going. Again, we are. How are you doing? You live in Illinois.
Oh my gosh! Well, we're at my parentals, the kids and I, because they actually they live on the golf course, so there's a lot more room. The cat and the dog are having more trouble adjusting than the kids and I because, it's all these new smells and they're freaking out, and the cat had her litter box moved. But other than that, I mean, nothing is different in our lives whatsoever. We're adjusting well, adapt and overcome, as they say. The kids have much more room to play. Our backyard at home is fenced in and it's muddy because of the dog. So they've got an entire golf course as their backyard right now. So they're not complaining. And now there's snow, which is hello. What?
We didn't order this, did we?
Well, and I put on my page, I said, whoever's playing Jumanji, could you please stop it? Because look at this, COVID-19, we had, what else did we have in 2020? And then now we have snow. We had snow twice after spring was declared. Now what? There's more I'm missing. There's a whole list.
This happens all the time, though.
Well,
snow
but
in March.
I would like to blame it on Jumanji because it's more fun. Somebody's playing Jumanji.
You blame it on Jumanji.
Do you not know what Jumanji is?
Well, unfortunately, the only one I know is the recent one. I never watched the first one.
You never watched the one with Robin Williams?
I was like...
What, like
22,
35?
22 or 23 or 20 when that came out. Like, there was no way I was watching a kid's movie at that point.
It's not a kid's movie. It's a great... Now you have to go home and watch it with the kids.
It's these kids that play a board game.
It's not just a board game, though. The world changes. It's cool. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. But random, disasters happen in the world when they play it. And so when I looked out the window and everything's covered in snow, I'm like, okay, who's playing effing Jumanji right now? Because now we've got this on our hands. But... You have to watch it now. Watch them all in succession, please.
So, can you get on the golf course? I mean,
yeah.
Don't say it's in my backyard, but can you go play?
Absolutely, we play, and my parents live on hole 12. I'm not gonna disclose which golf course, but there's a pond right there, so we can go fish if we want. It's catch and release. We can run, and then we order food from the clubhouse. So my parents have in the back of their house.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. So they have a golf cart garage in the back of their house because they just pull right out onto the golf course. So for the last 3 nights for dinner, we just take the little golf cart to the clubhouse, pick up our dinner, and we come right back. In the event of a zombie apocalypse, we're set up pretty nicely right now.
I think you're doing okay there.
We're doing okay. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Mom. We're doing good.
That's really nice.
It is nice. And the kids love it because there's more than, one adult to do things with because I get sick of Legos. So then you move on to Grandpa. And then when he gets sick of Legos, you move on to Grandma. We've played Uno. We've done chemistry sets. We've done everything.
Okay. That's a great point that gets to because I was now... off of spring break in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I've let the kids sleep in. I've let them do whatever else.
You're one of those.
Yeah, I let them sleep in. I let them do. We would have like we'd watch movies at night. We'd stay up. I'm like, crash on the couch. I don't care.
Right.
All this stuff. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, listen, you would be doing this in school. It's like already mutiny. Like I put things out there. I'm like, I started to write down a schedule. Like, here you go. You wake up at this time. You have
You're
breakfast.
a drill sergeant.
They were just like, they're like,
You
no
can't
way.
do that. You got to get them a little bit more freedom. I like the meme. Did you see? It's like, did you open the fridge at school? No. Use your school stomach. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Because the kids are like nonstop eating. I'm like, you don't listen, Linda, listen. We don't have food to feed you 3 days or 3 times a day or 10 times a day. 3 times, yes. 10 times, no. Get your school stomachs on.
It's just so if you remember Friday, I was getting a little nervous about how things were going on and what was going down.
Yes.
Then the governor of Iowa came out and said,
Kimberly.
she said that I do not plan on having a shut-in, stay-in, whatever you want to call it.
Shut
Like
down.
sleepover. I don't know. Yeah. And I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
She heard my message that I live in Iowa for a reason and I don't want to.
Right.
And then now I'm in a panic because she has another press conference at 2:30 today.
Here we go. What'd I tell you? Did I not say they're going to follow suit and that's what they do?
But I feel like it's like a state of the week. Like, we're just going to catch up how things went over the weekend. Kind of like our show. Hey, this is what we did. Hey, Iowa, here's what we did. Here's what happened in Potawatomi County. Things are looking good.
I used to drive past that all the time when I lived in Milwaukee.
Yeah. Then over in Adair County, things are looking good. No new cases.
Yeah.
And just
There are 0 cases in the Quad
99
Cities.
updates for every county. That, you know what I'm saying? So,
But now let me ask you this, and I'm going to interject real quick because I feel like this is vital information and important. It's an important question to ask. If it was this epidemic, and why are they shutting one state down for a week and then the next week another state? That's not stopping the spreading of anything. Ideally, you'd want to shut down the entire country at the same GD time. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't want a shutdown of anything.
Correct. But in the event of this being a viral epidemic, don't you think shutting everything down at the same time would be more beneficial than shutting this state down for this week and then a week later shutting down another state? All you're doing right there is promoting the spread because now they're free and they're traveling and now they're moving. You know what I mean? You're shutting down the virus in from state to state, not all at the same time. I know I'm not saying this correctly, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Doesn't make any sense to me. And then all these international flights were not canceled as well. I had a friend that just came in through LaGuardia from Germany. You're not shutting down international flights. What?
We got to get them home. We got to get
No, we
Americans home.
don't.
Yes.
No, we don't.
Got to get them home.
Yeah. No, not during a viral pandemic. So that's why I sit here and I question everything that's going on. I feel like there's something more going on. And I always will. I
want to believe that the governor of Illinois, he's got a press conference at 2:30 as well, and I want to believe that that he's just going to give a state what's going on too. That's why I didn't worry about her. Is like, hey, everyone at 2:30, every governor, why don't you guys just have a
separately.
In my opinion, I think I'm okay with Texas. Dallas mayor said we're shutting it down. You guys are staying.
Texas doesn't mess around ever.
But the governor didn't do the whole thing. The mayor, I think the mayor should be able to do this. The mayor should shut down.
But they
the city.
only have so much they can allocate.
That's not true. They can shut things down too. In 1996, yes, 1996. See, the University of Northern Iowa during homecoming used to have like these riots on the Hill. Don't ask me why. Back then, UNI was more of a suitcase college. People left on the weekend to either go home or go to other campuses to go party. Right. But this was like the one weekend where people flooded to for homecoming. All right. So they would come out the bars would close, at 2:00, and it would flood the streets. Like we were on CNN for like overturning cars. I don't say we because I wasn't there. But
I would never do that.
It was like, but so they would every year they had riots in the street.
Sure, Madison too, Wisconsin.
In '96, the mayor called, just said we're shutting down all alcohol sales, and this was like at 10:00 at night. I can't tell you. Someone who was there might remember. I mean, I remember where I was. I was in Cedar Falls, but they shut it down. Everybody's out of the bars.
That's alcohol sales.
I'm saying there's things that they can do. They can overstep. Mayors can.
They can delegate to a point, but there are certain things that they have to get permission from the federal government to do.
Like stay at home,
like travel, like to stop travel, to stop things like that. Anything major, they don't have They can't allocate that. They cannot delegate that. They are within their means of power. Just like the manager at Hy-Vee can only do so much, and then they have to go to their superior. It's the same thing in the government. It's I don't want to say totalitarian system, but it kind of is.
Well, I'm pretty sure the mayor can just say, like, we're shutting everything down.
I don't know. I'm going to have to look into
I would
that.
rather the mayor tell me to stay home than the governor tell me to stay home. Then I'd be like, you know what?
I'd rather nobody tell me.
I'd rather nobody, but if I have to pick, and I'd be like, you know what? At least I can look him in the eye and be like, hey, man, why'd you do that? And he's like, good question.
Yeah, because then you can hold somebody accountable for...
Because when this happened, let me finish my story when you're telling me it
Sorry,
can't
my
happen.
bad.
When this happened, they put all the people in the streets. Obviously, there's this big riot coming, and then they bring in the cops to get everybody off the streets, and they actually use, like, horses. You ever seen a horse walk sideways?
I have.
They were using horses to walk down the hill, and then then they pepper sprayed.
Isn't that amazing?
They pepper sprayed everybody, and it looked like it was crazy. They come running down.
Have you ever been pepper sprayed?
No,
I have.
What?
Not on purpose. Will you see my keychain?
I hope not on purpose.
Have you seen my keychain? No. Remember, I had that.
Yeah.
I've had one of those on my keychain since high school, and I can't tell you how many house parties were cleared out because some dummy was like, "What's this, air freshener?"
Yeah.
And then the whole house was cleared. But yeah, it's not that bad.
Speaking of dummies,
A little
if
cold
those of you
water.
are trying to figure out what golf course she's at, she's got pepper spray. Just
I
saying.
do.
I like how you brought that into
and
the
we're
thing.
locked, stocked, and two smoking barrels too. We are a gun family, so I wouldn't if I were you.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take our first break. We come back. We'll take a look at the Olympics, and then also we'll be visited by a guest here soon, and then we get to talk to. You look for some? You got some?
No, give me something though.
Yeah, but hey,
Give me.
And then again, we've got to take our usual swerve off of sports after we get done with the Olympics, and we've got to talk about Netflix.
What's going on with Netflix?
Do you watch Netflix?
I watch all of them. And I just subscribed to HBO and Showtime. My bill's going to be outrageous.
Okay, well, yeah, I think everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say talking about Netflix. So
Okay, I don't. So you're going
over
to
the
have to
weekends,
clue me
there
in.
was some weekends on that, but yeah, we're gonna take a break.
Okay, hey Quad Cities, stop going to your favorite social media sites asking for suggestions where to get your oil changed, who does the best tattoo work, or the best place for lunch in the Quad Cities. Pick up your Locals Love Us guide, QCA. It is easy to navigate, table of contents to help you find whatever you are looking for, or go to their website at localsloveus.com, click on Quad Cities, and then browse favorites. It is so easy to use, and they even rank the most popular places for you. Locals Love Us, your guide to the best.
This is Tyson Blazer, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 1170 AM.
Are you overwhelmed with credit card debt? If you're struggling to make even the minimum payments, you may think there's no way out. But if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, here's something that might surprise you. There are secrets the credit card companies don't want you to know. Secrets on how to eliminate your debt and become debt-free. Imagine the thousands you could save. To unlock these secrets, take the next few minutes to call Credit Answers for no obligation, free information. Call 1-800-422-4919. We're not talking bankruptcy or debt consolidation. This is your chance to settle your debt for a fraction of what you owe. We even offer a guarantee, so there's no risk to call. Unlock the secrets credit card companies don't want you to know. Within 5 minutes, we'll show you how our program works and how much money you could save. Credit Answers, your answer to overwhelming credit card debt. Call 1-800-422-4919. 1-800-422-4919.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile, but it's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce the show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Oh, oh, oh,
Save big during O'Reilly Auto Parts Power Torque Tools DIY Day sale. We have great deals on socket sets, impact wrenches, and more. Need a new battery? Right now, get up to a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Sí, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
I think steak is one of the most overrated foods. When people say, what's the meal you want, the best meal you can have, people say a good ribeye, a good New York strip, and I just think that those are overrated. I'm always going to go maybe some seafood, some nice chicken dish. I just prefer that stuff over the steak.
I firmly disagree with that assessment.
I think most people would.
The most overrated food is lobster. It's the cockroach of the sea. That's right, I said it.
These are shocking things. All right, put it on the poll, Guillermo. Is steak overrated? Is lobster overrated? Do you eat the fat? Because Stugatz is saying the fat is the best thing. I don't think a lot of people think the fat is the best thing.
Oh, it's so good. Like, you ever just grill a ribeye and at the very end on the edges, there's that fatty part of it.
Oh,
it is
right in the garbage.
Right off the garbage.
Right in the
I'm
garbage.
going to throw you in the garbage. What's the matter with you?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Are you ready to rock? Hairball is coming to the Rust Belt Saturday, May 9th. Hairball features dead-on recreations of Kiss, AC/DC, Twisted Sister, Van Halen, Motley Crue, Queen, and many more. It's like 20 concerts in one night. Tickets on sale now at the Daiquiri Factory and therustbeltqc.com. Don't miss Hairball, the bombastic celebration of arena rock at the Rust Belt Saturday, May 9th. Visit hairballonline.com for more.
Golick and Wingo.
I'm done with all you coaches talking about how you don't like the transfer portal. You can all stick it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, that's getting ridiculous about how you can do what you want, and that's cool. Again, I'm fine with that, but I absolutely think that a player should have one freebie move, and I'm done with you coaches and talking about that. You know, and players being able to have a little bit of movement on their side.
Coaches need to be a lot smarter on how they
a lot
address
quieter,
that.
You know?
Golick and Wingo, mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM. Not the same old song and dance. New and different every day. Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon till 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I want to thank you all for listening. It's 12/22, Monday, March 23rd, day number 10 of no live sports. Day number 10. We are 13 days away from matching the longest streak, that was in 1994, of not having, NBA, MLS, MLB, NHL, NFL, I keep going, everything. So, there's basically your major four. So, we're trying, obviously, everyone's coming up with things to do. What was cool yesterday was that iRacing that they had, and it was the virtual Homestead. FS1 broadcasted, it's a NASCAR race. It's about as real as you can get, obviously. It was a video game, though, and real NASCAR drivers were behind the wheels. They were racing on digital track, some of them from their own living rooms, using a platform called iRacing, which is a simulation platform used by everyone from game enthusiasts to professional drivers looking to get extra practice. I found this out, and I started following them on Twitter. There's even eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series, where the best simulation drivers compete in a season for more than $300,000. The winner yesterday was three-time Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin, and he beat Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's an announcer for NASCAR now, so he came out of retirement, so to speak. So, fun fact about this, it was Hamlin's 31st victory in iRacing, because that's where he was discovered by Earnhardt. So, it was a lot of fun. It looked cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I tuned in. It gave me something to do besides watching stone skipping. And so, like I said, Hamlin got to do it from his own living room. He did it barefoot. So it's something that people are going to look out for. NBC, certain things that we talked about DraftKings earlier. NBC Sports in Washington broadcasted hour-long simulations of the Wizards and Celtics, their previously scheduled game, using NBA 2K20 and NHL 20. So there are certain things out there that you can to get your sports fix, if you will. We're all trying to figure out something to do, and what we can do and what we can do for the community. I am happy here to bring on the show, but welcome back to the Quad City area, my friend David Kirkland. David, how are you doing?
Hi, Dave.
Hi, guys.
You're
got
good.
this right? Cool.
You're live.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. Taking it a day at a time,
So, tell me what you're doing right now, man.
Well, right now we're trying to serve the community in any way we can. Like we're doing free lunches every day, Monday through Friday.
Who's we?
Granite City. Yeah. I probably should talk about where I'm
Granite, say it again.
Granite City up on Utica Ridge.
Granite City. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. So you were out and about. You just delivered some food to the hospitals.
Yep.
Oh,
and then what else are you doing?
So we're doing the lunches, like I said. Reached out to the blood bank, trying to help them get some blood donations. I've got some family that is actually working in some hot spots across the country right now, and they were telling me about how there's going to be a shortage coming up with people staying home and to help self-quarantining. So we're trying to work with them, see what we can do to partner. We're going to get that going. I've reached out to the Pleasant Valley and Benton North School District, see how we can help. Going to get some contact with some local churches.
Yeah.
We just want to serve, We want to give back.
I love that.
We're in this together.
I will tell
for
you this,
you guys.
You reached out to the right person. This is right up my alley to bring this up. Again, we're on ESPN. It's a sports show, but most importantly, it's Don't Hassle Us. We're local, and anything we can do, especially in this time. Again, we joke and everything that we don't talk about sports, which we don't. But this is
not lately. There's no sports to talk about.
But this isn't perfect. But this is like right up our alley, though. Hey, we need to create content. Like we've been doing this for years, from a podcast called Dapper Crap to a podcast in a bar to being on ESPN.
Right.
But 12 to 2, am I right?
11 to 2.
11 to 2.
Yep.
If they call ahead to Granite City.
Yeah, they can just pull up in the parking lot, call, we'll bring it out.
344-9700.
Yep.
See how I did that off the top of my head?
Yeah, I would have to look it up.
Yeah, 344-9700.
He's a professional.
You can call in. The years at Pines, calling and having them deliver to me, it kind of helps. So 344-9700, and say I need a couple. I have 2 kids at home.
Yep, just how many you need.
Do the kids need to go up to the door to prove it? No, I didn't
not at all.
So,
we're not monsters.
Yeah. So they get a turkey sandwich. What else is it?
Chips and applesauce, but we also have carrots. So if they, we got some produce too. If they want to do something a little more healthy, we're right up there.
So Granite City.
We'll do whatever we have.
Y'all are stepping up to give these kids so much. That's amazing.
Yeah. I've been honestly, I've been back 9 days.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. No, I'm right where I need to be. And, we want to help. I want to help.
Where were you at before this?
So right before here, I was in Cleveland, but I was also been living in Rockford and Detroit over the last 4 years.
How's Rockford right now?
They're struggling.
They're
hurting. The whole industry's hurting. I was on a phone call with the Iowa Restaurant.
Because Rockford, they're spatially they're farther away from
Chicago.
Yeah. Right.
But
wow.
People are out of jobs, all over. So, but the whole state's on shelter in place, I think is what they're calling it.
Sure.
So,
isn't this amazing? I mean, doesn't this just blow your mind? Because I sit there some days and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it happened, but
right. But then you think about it. And now let me ask your opinion on this. And Jake can yell at me later when the show's over. Let me ask your opinion on this, because this is where my brain goes. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's right. Who knows? Who cares? We're doing all of these things to shut down all these small businesses and even major corporations to a point, not all, because there's a lot of major corporations that are not shut down right now. Now, let me ask you this. But we still have international flights going on. Yeah. We still have major airlines still flying in and out people. So now let me ask your opinion. This is your personal opinion. This is not your greatest city opinion. Mm-hmm. What do you think that it is exactly what they are saying it is, or do you think there's some underlying motive and some hidden agenda that we're not aware of as of yet?
I think it's real.
Okay.
I think the statistics have shown that doing this is how you what do they call it, flatten the curve. So.
Right, but don't you think? Now I'm just going to interject here. I'm gonna debate with you because this is what I do. Don't you think that if it was really to flatten the curve, they wouldn't shut down state 1 and then 2 weeks later state 2 and then 3 weeks later, state 3. Don't you think they would shut down the entire U.S. at the same time? Because now, mind you, we're on different time zones, but it's still the same in real time.
Yeah, no, I know where you're at, but I think it's the governors that are kind of taking it on themselves.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate your input there. I disagree.
Hey, this is what we're all about,
Yeah, I love it. No, it's fine, and I'm never gonna, I want to know. I want to hear everybody's opinion on this because I have my theory, and Jay knows, and he thinks I'm a tinfoil hatter, and that's fine. My tinfoil hat has sparkles and stickers and confetti. It's a good time.
Yeah.
All right. So, but your opinion is that they're not shutting down international flights. So,
my opinion is there's an underlying motive and there's an agenda that we aren't aware of right now for the reasons why they're doing what they're doing and in the succession that they're doing it.
Well, Kirkland, to speed you up on, yes, not all the time do we talk about sports. On Friday, I had a mild panic attack about what is it called? Stay in the shut-in? The sleepover?
The lockdown.
The lockdown. It's not a lockdown.
Have you never been to a library lockdown?
Shelter in.
The first time I ever kissed a boy was in a library lockdown.
Completing the curve, curving the, yeah, whatever.
In a library. I'm such a nerd.
So,
anyways.
They're my friends. I value their opinion. I listen to them. We don't argue. We don't do anything else. They may say things about I have a conspiracy, not a conspiracy, but I believe this, and I say, oh, it's interesting. I'm really not an arguer. I don't go like, you're out of your mind.
You don't.
I go, that's interesting. I go, okay.
He's accurate in that statement.
I'll ask questions and everything, and then when or then you laugh, and you can laugh about it and be like, oh, it can't be that way. And then when all of a sudden, like things that they've been saying for years, kind of line up, then you kind of freak out.
It's
freak
me.
out just a
I'm
little.
over here.
Porquito.
Things I've been saying for years.
Porquito, they freak out. They line up, and I get it. And so then that's when I have things like send her text out of nowhere and go, Weinstein has coronavirus.
Okay, now here, I'm going to share. Can I share my response?
Sure, yeah.
So here was my response to Jay, and I said, LOL. How convenient. Now here's who I'm calling gets it next in Hollywood. Steven Spielberg's going to get it.
Oh, don't. Let's not.
He's gonna get it. Now listen. Now I'm a sports bettor. Okay, that's my thing. That's how I even got on the shows because I love betting on sports and I'm really good at it. I'm good at statistics. I'm good at breaking it down. I'm good at researching the histories of teams playing teams. So now all I have left is politics. So
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Do you hear me? You feel me?
There's a lot of people that have gone that way too.
So now I'm betting. Okay, here's the next 3 people. I said Oprah and Steven Spielberg are going to get it. Watch. And I said, Jay, I'm not going to divulge why I think this, but I'm saying it. And I go, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I bet you I'm not. I go, this is all the gambling I have left.
Yeah,
let me have this.
We need to. I need you to list like the top 10 who's going to get it. Put it in an envelope.
Give me a minute.
We'll put.
Give me 2
no,
minutes.
I'm saying we'll put it in an envelope. We'll seal it. We'll leave it here.
Okay.
And we'll come back in like 21 days.
I am a conspiracy theorist, but you know what? Like 85% have come to fruition. I'm just putting that out there.
That's a good record.
You said all right. You said all right.
Yeah, but I didn't say it like that. I was like,
all right.
But all right. Erickson said on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread that we let a Cardinal fan in the studio, so that's how we bring it back. You're a Cardinal fan.
Yep.
All right. How did that come about?
So it was actually.
I always like these stories.
It was actually someone my mom was in a relationship with. He took me to a game when we were living there, and it was the first game I'd ever been to, and I just fell in love. I actually remember the game that happened. Pedro Guerrero
with the Cardinals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't remember who they're playing, but he hit a walk-off home run in the 10th inning to win it. I went down and we got autographs, and at the time they had the Hall of Fame in the basement, and we went early, watched batting practice and all that. Went through the Hall of Fame, and I got Joe McGrane's autograph.
Oh. Did you hear my Ozzie Smith story?
No.
What? Yeah, tell your Ozzie Smith story.
Okay, so I was a Braves fan growing up. Just not out of anywhere. Nobody in my family liked the Braves. So I just decided to one day. And then we went to St. Louis, and they were playing the Braves. So my parents strategically planned this around Leah's teams there. We're going to go. So we ate at Ozzie Smith's restaurant. Have you ever been?
I have not.
In Missouri? Okay, great place. But I got a shirt.
Can't go right now, by the way.
Well, no, today.
Actually, I don't think there's anything shut down.
Maybe. I think Milwaukee's open too. Milwaukee, I don't know. I can't speak on that because I don't know. But we went to where they pull out of their parking garage, and all the baseball players are rolling out their windows like we ain't signing, shh, and they kept driving, and I was like, and I'm pointing at his logo on my shirt, and I'm like, I just ate at your restaurant. So he goes, hold on. And he rolls his window down, and he points to me, and he goes, you come here. So I'm like, hold on, I got to grab my brother.
Yeah.
And my brother come out there, and he signed my shirt, and he goes, thank you for your support and whatnot. And he gave me a card and that, and my brother too. And we walked away, and everybody, I was like, we're going to get jobs. Like, we're the only ones. And then he rolled his window up, and he drove away. But I thought that was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, cool, but also capitalism, because he was like, well, you're supporting me, I'm going to support you.
Yeah.
There it is.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
back,
But were you never an Ozzie Smith fan?
No, I was. I had his poster on my wall.
Really?
Yeah. My
Isn't
mom.
he he was, you know what? He's such
Wizard.
he's a cool, yes, the wizard. He's a cool guy. Have you ever met his wife?
No, I've not.
She's not a very nice person. I'm just gonna put that. I did meet her once. Ozzie is 10 and she's about a 4. We'll just put that out there. Yeah, you heard me. Come at me, bro.
Ozzie Smith was a 10.
As far as friendly and compassionate and sweet, yes,
Oh,
he
okay.
was.
Well,
He's a
sometimes
really
your
good guy.
personality shines brighter than your
wife's.
outdoor. Yeah, you don't. No, jeez. Don't judge a book by its cover.
I will. I'll judge a book by the way they talk to me and treat me when I'm 9 years old. How about that?
There you go. Other teams that you follow?
Bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you fine with Nick Foles? The trade?
I mean, they gotta challenge Trubisky.
Mhm.
They gotta they gotta figure out if he's the guy or not. But no, I don't think it's a long-term solution.
Gotcha.
But I mean, the guy can win some games sometimes. But I think he's a 9-7 kind of guy.
NCAA? Are you at Iowa, or do you just enjoy your Saturday? Or basketball?
Usually just working. Yeah, I don't have time for that. But Iowa football.
Yeah.
Gator football.
Gators?
Yeah, I was born down in Florida.
Oh, interesting. And then basketball? Anything?
Bulls. But I haven't really followed the NBA in a couple of years. So.
You're definitely not following it right now.
Oh no.
No. Unless you're just following which players are getting the virus. So.
Yeah, we have 2 4.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just the Nets.
Oh yeah, because then the Lakers, and then
there's more people
or something.
Well, the other strange thing is the first guy that came out, Rudy Gobert. Now he says he's lost his sense of smell since getting the virus.
Yeah, and then he was touching all the microphones.
Yeah, he's a goofball. Yeah. All right. More importantly, let's talk again about what Granite City's doing, what you have been doing, in getting out there in the community.
So so contacted the blood bank,
Mhm.
trying to work with them. They need the help. They need people to kind of go down and donate when they can. But obviously, if they're they've also said if people need to stay home, they understand.
What blood bank is that?
Mississippi Valley Blood Center.
Is that in Iowa or Illinois?
Davenport, yeah. So
Okay.
Davenport. So yeah, I shouldn't call it blood bank. I think it's a blood center.
Mhm.
And then the donating the lunches, trying to reach out to any nursing homes, see if we can deliver to because people got to stay home, and then just the community's been real good too. They everyone's tipping, and we're going to donate that back to our servers, and
that's awesome.
Anything we can do because the industry is on the verge of collapse right now. They're talking 92% unemployment.
All right. So you did say before, I forgot.
92%?
You said you were on the phone with
Iowa Restaurant Association at a conference call. You can actually go on their website and listen to the
In the service industry, you're speaking of. Okay.
Yeah, they're the basically. I want to say I think they're like our lobbyists.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's right on there. IowaRestaurantAssociation.com, and you can listen to the whole conversation. So, and they, the governor turned us into liquor stores too, so we can sell, liquor to go.
I saw that.
Are you selling Granite City growlers?
We're doing growlers. Yeah, we're doing fills. People can bring them in. We're sanitizing them and filling them. And sending them out the door. We're discounting our wine heavily. So that people get
What is heavily?
I'd say close to 65%. Like we're just doing.
Do you hear
a couple
that?
bucks.
Yeah.
You hear that, everybody? 65% discount on wine at Granite City.
This is again. I'm putting you on spot. And it's okay either way. Does it have to be a Granite City growler or a previous one? No.
I don't know
Okay.
the rules on that for sure in Iowa because I haven't looked that up in a little while.
Yeah, because you guys have a way to cork yours at night.
Yeah, we
close
seal.
it.
Yeah, we seal them and everything. So
Cork it?
I don't know. I'm new to this too.
Hashtag cork it.
I'm new to this too, Bomber. So, all right. So those are the things that are important. Like,
Hashtag cork it.
that you can still buy the wine's down 65%. You can get Granite City beer to go. You go and you guys are selling growlers. They bring in a previous one, but you're selling yours still.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So it's sanitized. And then 11 to 2. Go ahead and give them a call. 344-9700. You guys, you have If you're out driving around right now, you shouldn't be. I have to say that.
Wait. Yes, I can.
Yeah. You look what these are the things I come with.
I come in and Jay goes, here, Bomber, here's, now you're free. You're free.
You can drive
now
around.
Now you're free falling. I can go anywhere I want, whens I want.
Look at this guy. But yeah, 344-9700 and call ahead and get a couple turkey sandwiches, chips.
I'm going to do that today.
Applesauce or
applesauce,
whatever you want. Yeah.
No, it's awesome. It's great what you're doing, and I appreciate you reaching out. And don't ever hesitate to ever reach out if you need to get the word out about anything like this.
Yeah, and if I could just say one thing, it's just if anybody out there can think of anything we can do to help, we want to. We want to give till we.
Oh, bless you. You're the sweetest.
This is our community. We got to come together right now.
Love it. This is a tough way to come back. Well, first off, welcome back. But you came back 9 days ago, and it's a blast to just come right into it. But this is David Kirkland, General Manager at Granite City on Utica Ridge. Again, it's 344-9700. Go ahead and give them a call. Get a sandwich for the kids. And while you're there, do anything you can to give back to them as well. Food to go, curbside pickup, all that stuff. Keep up everything that you're doing in the Quad Cities. We'll be back in just a short break. Don't Hassle Us for Local, ESPN 1170. You got something for me?
I sure do. Let me tell you about Bayside Bistro in the village of East Davenport. Bayside Bistro is not your ordinary sandwich shop. You won't find deli meat on their menu. They use fresh ingredients, and orders are made to order from scratch. From paninis like Bayside Po' Boy to the roasted bait and green bean salad, Bayside Bistro has an incredible menu that specializes in deliciousness. Don't forget about their smoothies and fresh juices that they make and their incredible dinner entrees. Don't take our word for it. Check out their Facebook page and read the over 500 recommendations from guests. Stop by Bayside Bistro today at 1105 Christie Street in the East Village of Davenport. Takeout or...
Definitely takeout.
Definitely takeout at the moment.
That's definitely take out. Get a hold of them.
No,
because I just want to point out that also for people that have diet menu options, there's gluten-free and plant-based diet options as well. And it's locally owned. It's down in the East Village. Get a hold of them, and you can find their menu online and give them a call. Definitely great place, great people. They've been on the air.
So good. Their food is so good.
We got to take care of our people. Again, Kirkland, thank you so much for coming on. 344-9700.
Thanks, David.
You guys, we'll be back in just a quick break. Don't Hassle Us Local. ESPN. Serge is in studio.
Hey. This is Turk Wendell, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
QuadHelpWanted.com salutes the employee of the month. The one employee you can't live without. The others, let's just call them Dave.
Hey, Dave? Yeah, Mr. Employee of the Month, angry face, snoozy face.
I've noticed you're using a lot of emojis in reports lately.
Sure have. Smiley face, cat with hard eyes, thumbs up.
Dave, they're just really hard to understand.
What do you mean, confused face? Thinky face?
First, I don't think you're supposed to say them out loud like you do.
That's what you think. The other Daves love it, right, guys?
Thumbs up!
Smiley face!
Goes with tongue out!
See?
Okay, look, what does this report even mean? It's just a bunch of pizza emojis.
Oh, we went out for pizza. That's an expense report.
Oh, that's why the last page is all dollar signs.
See? You get it.
If you don't mind hiring Daves, go to the huge online job boards. That's probably what you'll get. But if you want more employees of the month, go where local job seekers find good local jobs. QuadHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
We don't discriminate against people named Dave. Dave is a common name, fun to say, and so we're using it as a catch-all for lackluster employees everywhere. Please don't write us to tell us you were insulted by this ad. That would be a real Dave move, Dave.
Golick and Wingo.
Heavy thoughts from Kevin Durant. The quote that obviously making all the headlines. It was a Wall Street Journal article. Some days I hate the NBA.
Nobody cares. I put it this way really quick. When you're walking down the hallway of your work today and you walk by an acquaintance and you say, hey, how you doing? And they actually stop and start telling you how you're doing. You know what you're doing? You're going, just being nice. I want to keep walking. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your problems, right?
Golick and Wingo. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader. ESPN 1170 AM.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batallon, ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old, doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Lebitard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Make your next new or used purchase a slam dunk at Sexton Ford. With a huge selection of new Ford cars and trucks, you'll have the full court press advantage each and every time. You'll be treated like a star from sales to service, auto body to parts. Sexton also has a strong bench of mildly used vehicles, too. Why wait? The game's on at Sexton Ford in Moline.
Oh, yeah! Sexton Ford is the talk of the town.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile. It's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce the show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, dented siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
Talk about the Cubs, Bears, and all the local sports every day with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, noon to 2. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns. Tell them that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let them run the jungle. Let them roam their land. Then stand back and marvel. What a beautiful cat. 'Cause I saw a tiger. Now I understand. I saw a tiger saw man. I can give.
That's right. That, my friends, is a sample of what Netflix has brought to you over the weekend.
This is this Tiger Man thing?
This is Tiger King.
Tiger King, sorry.
Show respect to Joe Exotic.
No.
And my friend Sean was like, "It's not for the kids. Don't watch it for
I
the
just
kids."
haven't gotten into it yet.
It's something else. It's we'll talk later about it a little bit. We're waiting on a phone call.
Was that the song?
That's one of the songs from Joe Exotic.
But not from the Tiger King?
Oh, yeah, he is the Tiger King, yeah. But
well,
yeah.
it doesn't sound very scary or
No.
inappropriate.
Come on, that's just portion of it. I mean, you got to watch some of this a little bit to get.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Get out of it. No, it's not about just music videos. I just happened to watch them on YouTube after watching the documentary on docuseries. Basically, this is it. It's called The Tiger King: Murder, Mayhem, Madness. Guess what? Bingo, bingo, bingo.
Bingo, bango, bingo.
Yeah, it is something.
I have a bango in there.
It's a 7-part series. And
Everybody's watching it right now.
well, there's some free time there, Bomber.
Just a little.
So maybe it's blown up a little bit about how great it is.
You've watched it?
Huh?
And?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. or anything.
I don't want a spoiler, just like a census, like a consensus. Is it good? Is it worth it? Can you flip it and reverse it?
Yeah, it's good. It's one of those things. I would say that it's hold on, I'm trying to. There we go. We're gonna talk to Chris Slickteen. We'll come back to this. All right.
Okay, let's do that.
You're on the air, ESPN 1170 AM.
Hello, this is Chris Schlichting.
Hello.
Hello, Chris.
Chris.
Hello.
Thank you for calling in, my man.
No problem. I'm excited to at least do this. I appreciate you guys asking me.
Well, the thing is it's been over a year since you were last in the studio. Because the last time we had you, it was the Chiefs were in the playoffs, and you were talking about maybe going to it a year ago, and they didn't end up winning the Super Bowl. But now this year,
what happened?
They won the Super Bowl.
Yes, I'm actually watching it right now on DVR. Thank God I saved this on DVR.
Oh my gosh, he's you.
More importantly,
you're watching it. Yeah.
What's your take on the game from last night?
I believe, I think the last time I was in there, it was the day after they lost to the Patriots. So I was a mess.
Goodness. You
was
still
hard
made
for
it
me to
in.
come in. I still came in because that's how much I love you guys, but it was a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
But
so, so again, I'm sure you're like Bombers a Chiefs fan too. I'm sure that was an emotional ride for you. The NFL season. Let's see, going from the
the whole Chiefs playoff was a roller coaster, man.
Mhm.
They were just constantly down every game, and it was an emotional roller coaster. That's all I can say. And also, before I continue, I don't want any Tiger King spoilers, okay? Because
None. I will not do that.
I started
will,
it last
though.
night. I'm hooked, and I'm 2 episodes in. I'm going to finish it tonight with a nice glass of wine. So no spoilers, okay, guys?
None at all. I will only give
Okay.
the premise when I come back and talk about it, and I'll keep playing his songs on the air, though. I tell you that much.
Please do. Please
Yeah,
do. I can't, a tear rolled down my cheek as I heard that.
Yeah, it's something else. Like the first time, we can dial this camera. But the first time on the video when they did it, I remember just looking over at my wife, being like, "What are we watching?"
Like that
Yeah.
that kidnap movie, or what is that documentary? Where the parents, the aliens.
No,
it's just like that. It's just like that.
Anything like this. You
This
just-
is the new one though, where everybody's like talking about it.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
the
there's-
next
yeah,
big
Netflix
one
has always got
after.
one. But it's
It sort of begs the question: is there such thing as a normal tiger trainer?
that is 100%.
Have you ever seen one?
I don't know, but these 4 people that they're following, they're all very eclectic, to say the least. They got the
I love the word
Kingpin, the
eclectic.
drug dealer guy.
It's a
nuts,
great
man.
word.
That girl,
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, that's the other thing. I feel bad just even for our friends over at Niabi Zoo that every time you go by the lion area, everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa, whatever,
What
you
are you
weirdo."
into?
Yeah,
What are you into?
That's a really good. That's exactly what to do.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Joe Exotic.
So, my friend, what are you doing with your time now that you've got a few days off?
Just mostly been working on the music. No, I don't know. It's insane. Just trying to stay. I got the 3 kids.
Mhm.
I got the twin boys. They're 11, and the daughter, she's 12, and they're just. I don't know. They're starting to get a little stir crazy. We did 2 puzzles, and that was hell on earth.
Puzzles.
Yeah.
Jigsaw puzzles. Remember those things?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. You need to get some Nerf guns.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
And then put some like sleepy salts on the end of them.
We've been trying to stay active outside, but then it snowed yesterday.
Yeah, what
so
is up with that?
I
Did you
don't
do
know.
that? Was that your fault?
Ice on the cake. Yeah.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Well, I kind of feel semi-responsible because, and I'm also a teacher, and I constantly wish for snow days and beg for snow days. But I think I somehow made the wish wrong, and it ended up turning into this whole virus thing. So I'm kind of ashamed, and I feel sort of partially responsible because
I knew it.
We just started second spring break right now this Monday. So woo!
All right, so you're not the parent that's hunkering down, being like, "Listen, we're still going to have lesson plans. We're gonna treat it like this way. We're going to
No
there's
parents
gonna
doing
be
that.
structure."
No, actually, my wife just confronted me today. She's like, "You're going to have to teach for an hour." I'm like, "What?"
I don't think I have to do nothing.
I will teach the same way I teach in the high school I'm at. We will show a movie. That's all I know. So the boys are upstairs watching Shrek 2.
I think every teacher, or even every like super involved parent, myself included, was like, you know what, we're gonna do like school for like an hour. After like day 3, we're like, you know what, just you want cheese puffs for breakfast? You got it. It's a free for all at this point, you know.
I could just imagine like you're doing that, showing Shrek, but also like looking up what standards and benchmarks that you're achieving, so you can present it to your wife.
Well, the great thing is I teach communication and acting class. So, and if ever I get in trouble, I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is Shrek and Donkey, are they not communicating? I'm sorry. I thought they were communicating."
We're like Shrek and Donkey, Serge.
Are we?
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know which one I want to be.
Either one of you want to be that. Yeah,
I'll be Donkey. You be Shrek.
Yeah. So again, I'm surprised. If my kids were smarter than they are, they would have tried to find a way to explain that today should be a snow day. So I'm glad you pointed that out. I need to pass that along. That if this ever, if it snows again, maybe you should make an argument that it's a snow day. But they didn't, and now they're not allowed to if they are listening, and they probably aren't because they don't get into this type of thing.
It feels very surreal. Like me and the wife did go out a couple of days ago to get groceries at Hy-Vee, and there's just there's a feel in the air. You know what I mean? It's very
energy.
quiet.
Yes.
It totally feels heavy, and me and my wife are like, "Are we breathing something in now?" It's just insane. We're definitely living in strange times right now. So I don't know.
You don't want to hear my theories on that, so we're just gonna.
What are you talking about? What do you have more theories about?
I have theories about everything, Jay. No, we're fine. Just go out there and breathe in that awesomeness, because that's all it is. There's nothing heavy in the air. It's what we're creating ourselves. So just enjoy life. Don't worry. And enjoy time with your family. That's all.
Yeah, enjoy the time while you can. I don't think that's true that you just go out there and breathe. I mean, you're the one that lives in the state that you can't go anywhere.
I can't do anything. Well, no, here's the Illinois law. You are not allowed to leave your house unless you need to. Okay, so bye. That means nothing to me. If I need milk, if I need tampons, if I need toilet paper, if I need Band-Aids, I can leave the house whenever I want, basically. But they just had to word it and put it out there.
But it's not like, is it mandated? Like
it is mandated.
Okay, all right. But Iowa, I can still go places in Iowa. Is that true?
Yeah, we can still go places in Illinois. So I'm saying the what they're trying to enforce is irrelevant and null and void. Basically, you can't leave unless you have to. Well, if I have to go to work, now I have a paper saying I can. Like they can't do anything.
Chris, so like, are you feeling any like the stir craziness of not having sports?
A little bit. The one thing that's been I was looking forward to March Madness, of course, and there's a new. I'm a Cubs guy. There's a new channel I've noticed. It's this Marquee Network, which is kind of sweet. They're playing old past Cubs games, which is kind of a nice. They had the Sammy Sosa game where he hit 61 and 62.
You mean there's a network that's playing old Cubs games and history all about the Cubs?
Yep.
Holy crap!
Mark Grace.
What's it called?
64 on Direct. It's called Marquee Network. It's really great. And I don't know if they're going to actually air the real Cubs games when they come back, but yeah, the sports is killing me. Another thing that's killing me too is, I do comedy. I lost 2 shows again this morning, and people are canceling left and right, which stinks for me because I'm trying to get some momentum, trying to build that career. And I had a bunch of cool things on the schedule, and they're falling through just like it is for everybody else. But that stinks. I'm creatively, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I just want to be creative. So I've been trying to shoot some funny things around the house. I'm going to release some things on Facebook later today. Me and the wife have been shooting small little videos, but trying to
wait, hold on. Backtrack.
Yeah, whoa.
Hold on.
I don't know if you can put that on Facebook Live, pal.
You guys have been shooting.
No. That's not those kind of videos. You're thinking of cooking videos. No, we don't cook.
You had me for a minute. You had me.
That's exactly what
you had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I'm also. I need your help, guys. It's my wife's birthday tomorrow, and I'm a little
I'll be right over. What's your address?
All right, you need something. It's her birthday tomorrow. All right. You're
comes a big old Chris Schlichting coupon book.
Yeah. I do have a bow tie. I might just wear that if you catch my drift. Just the bow tie.
I love the coupon
The
book.
coupon
idea.
book?
Yeah.
Good for one free massage. Redeemable anytime.
Unload the dishwasher.
Unload something.
Oh,
Good-
bomber. What?
This show is perfect.
It wasn't me. It was
This
Serge.
show
He
is-
said it.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the bomber.
Get your mind out.
Good for 10 minutes of Schlichting time.
I love it.
Yeah, a little coupon book.
I'll help you write that if you
I
want.
love how the girl's the dirtiest minded one.
Please put together the coupon book and put it on Facebook Live and block her from all the things
Yeah, and then,
you're doing.
and then about a year later, I'm like, honey, you still haven't used any of those coupons.
What is this one
do expire.
free
They do
drink from
expire.
Surge? What is this about?
Ooh, nice. I might do that.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to thank you for your time and calling in and laughing with us. If you feel for any time that you can feel free to come in here, just reach out to me. It's always
Okay.
a pleasure. And with your schedule, I know because you're a teacher and you noon to 2, you can't normally do it. But then, I was getting together some things today, and I'm like, well, Schlichting's, maybe he'll want to talk for a little bit. So
Yeah,
if you ever
awesome.
feel free to either call in or come in, you just shoot me a text, and we'll make time for you, man.
We'll do. Anytime. You guys be safe. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
Chris.
Chris.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's Chris Schlichting. Dude's great. That does
He's
suck.
fun.
Yeah, the comedy and everything else. Shows he's just
Yeah.
like you said, a lot of people. But I just love how he comes out fire when you're like, "What have you been up to?" He's like, "Oh, just working on my music." And just-
Like everybody else.
Yeah.
Folding my underwear, ironing my money.
yeah, and it's one of those things that you just got to keep working and figuring out what's going on.
Kyle's here. I got to go let him in.
He's
He said, open the door. Weird man.
okay.
I said when he gets here, I'll let him in.
All right. So, want to point out something else because we're going to move into our national day. But 13 years ago today, Kobe Bryant, because we have to come up with some kind of sports to celebrate, right? March 23rd, 2007, 13 years ago today, Kobe Bryant trapped 50 on the New Orleans Hornets. Then at the time, they're also known as New Orleans OKC Hornets. And it capped a 4-game stretch during which Kobe scored 50-plus each night, making him just the second player in NBA history to accomplish that feat. He put up, here's the streak, from March 16th, March 18th, March 22nd, March 23rd, put up 65 against Portland, put up 50 against Minnesota, put up 60 against Memphis, and put up 50 against New Orleans. He led the league in scoring that year for the second and final time and won his only MVP the following season. 2 nights later, he failed to extend his streak to 5 games when he managed just 43 points, Serge.
Aw,
I know.
just 43.
Yep. For those of you keeping track of what's going on and what day it is and whatnot, it is National Melbatos Day.
It's Monday, right?
Monday,
Okay.
March 23rd.
That's the big thing is remember what day of the week it is right now.
Yeah. There's this. I'm doing. Getting into that. I'm getting into so much spring cleaning.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
We got to do your thing yesterday. What time do you think we got done? 1?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit after 1?
Yep.
Yeah. That was the latest in 3 days I started drinking. After that, because when I went home and started doing things around the house, I was like, I guess I can make a cocktail and reward myself. But yes, just spring cleaning, and yes, it's Monday, and
We had some visitors in the bar just for our audience hanging out. Now, when we left, one guy said, "That's the first time I've ever been down to your bar and never had anything to drink." He's like, "This is weird, man."
Yeah. It's National Chia Day. It's National Near Miss Day, and here's where it gets a little bit. National Chip and Dip Day.
Okay. Did we talk about this last year?
You know what?
I think we did.
Why would we have talked about this? Because it would have been on a Saturday because of leap year last year. I think we would have missed March
Okay.
23rd last year. But guess what? These happen quite a lot, and it leads me to my next one. I'm glad you did that, sir. Just like you're a professional at this, you've been doing it for a while. But National Chip and Dip Day. I
Soon
mean,
we'll be finishing each other's.
yes. I mean, obviously, what's the sentence? Sorry, I laid that one up like a softball.
It's
and
okay.
I
I caught
swung
it.
and missed.
I was right there.
Swing and a miss. Let's get drink my water.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was National Water Day.
Drinking that water.
So, I would assume now the chips and salsa are probably number one pick.
Chips and dip.
For chips
Salsa
and
is
dip,
not
yeah.
dip.
It's not.
No, salsa is salsa.
It's a condiment.
But how do you get your chip into the salsa?
You dip.
There we go.
Do you hate it when your chip like breaks and then you have to send in
No.
a recon chip to
Wounded
get the
soldier.
other chip?
This makes it a game.
And then, finally, this is going to be the unpopular opinion. Today is also National Puppy Day.
Oh.
No.
Funny you should say that.
There are way too many of these dog days. There are way too
Yeah.
many of these National Pet Day,
Hug
National
your
Love Your
dog
Dog
day.
Day.
Take your
Wh-
dog
this-
to a
this is
restaurant day.
The most over.
Have your dog pump your gas for you day.
The most over. The most
My dog
over the
is
top.
slacking.
The most over the top are your pets' national days.
There's a lot. Yes, correct.
And don't get me wrong, I like my dog.
Do you just like your dog, Jay? Or do you
like
love
Rowdy.
your dog?
I mean, Rowdy's cool.
He's cool.
Like, all right.
Like a distant cousin. He's all
And
right.
we just got a new puppy.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, buddy.
And not on National Puppy Day.
We got him a couple days ago.
What's his name?
You got a puppy and you haven't brought him in?
Money did.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically it's ours. And
Sure.
So I'm the
Because
roommate.
you
You're
guys
hetero
are a
life
couple.
partners?
You guys
Yeah,
are a
hetero
couple.
life partners.
Mhm.
We're not 100% on the name, but I think we're about. I think he's like 99.9% sure he's got a name. It's a little husky. It's a white and copper, almost brown, little purebred husky.
Oh. Blue eyes.
No, named Dawson.
Andre
Dawson.
Dawson. That's not bad.
I didn't say Andre Dawson. I said Dawson.
I
Listen
immediately
up.
go to Dawson's Creek and I'm completely turned off
That's
by
a
that
good name for it. Good name.
Dawson.
Oh, you hug this puppy one time, Bomber, you're gonna melt.
Any puppy, one time. I'm a male. I'm a puppy person.
They shed their surge.
I said the way I want to go out. I just want to go out in a swimming pool full of puppies. I want to suffocate to death by
I
puppies.
feel like, again, another unpopular opinion. I have a dog. I like my dog. I love my dog. There, Bomber,
Yeah.
you got me
Thank
saying.
you.
Yeah. But
I
I'm going
love
to go
my
out and
dog.
say this. Another unpopular
I'm
opinion.
right with you, buddy.
The same people who are sitting there telling me that I need to stay home to not spread things are the same people that are demanding that their dog can be on the food court or whatever else on patios.
But I thought it wasn't spread through.
It's not. But the fact
Okay.
is this. There's still germs out there. It's
so
a dog. It's an
effing
animal.
what? Do you eat at people's houses when they have pets?
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't need their dogs and taking out onto the patios.
See,
Sorry.
but I lived in Milwaukee and we could take our dogs anywhere.
And I say that as an
Anywhere.
animal lover.
Any longer.
Well, whatever. My dogs are cleaner than my kids.
You don't know that. That's a myth.
No way.
Not their mouths.
That's-
My kids don't lick people.
That's not. That's a,
So
that's
I mean, you know what I mean.
are you a person who wants to take their dog to a beer garden?
I did in Milwaukee. I had a French bulldog back
Uh-huh.
then, and I took him everywhere. But
What
that
was
dog
his
didn't
name?
even Brewer.
That's a good name.
And he
No,
didn't.
That makes sense. Never mind. It's not as good as I thought it was.
He didn't need to go. He was that dog. Everybody has one, I think.
Uh-huh.
They say every man is entitled to one good woman and one good dog. I'm a woman. I was entitled to one good man. Still looking. One good dog. I had it. Everywhere I went, this dog went with me. Stopped at red lights. Would go. No leash necessary.
Sounds like a song. It's like a country
I should
song.
be. I should be a country songwriter.
Everywhere I went, my dog came with
Still
me.
looking for the good man.
Thanks to Brebner on the Harrington's Pub Facebook
You
comment
saw
line.
that, huh?
He just said that the IOC has suspended the Olympics till 2021.
Saw that.
It's a little. The reason why it's a little strange is we're just days away from the Japanese government saying very strongly that that the games are going to go on, but the prime minister just overnight came out and said that postponement might be unavoidable. So, but here's the bottom line. Since the modern Olympics in 1896, the games have been canceled just 3 times, and they were all because of world wars. 1916,
Wow.
1940, 1944. But they have never, ever been postponed. Canceled.
Never postponed.
Never postponed.
So this will be a first
This is a first.
in history.
Yes, this is a first in history. Plenty of Olympic athletes have gone out and they pleaded for them to postpone it. 80% of the track and field athletes in a poll have said that their training has been adversely affected by the coronavirus. That poll was conducted by Axial Sports. Obviously, training and everything else has been a trouble for everything. This is the first time in modern Olympics, since the modern Olympics started in 1896, that they've been postponed.
Damn.
To 2021.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. We're going to take a quick break and come back. Kyle is in the studio with us. We got Bomber, we got Surge. We got to talk more Tiger King.
All right, Tim Hernandez wants you to focus on new and fun ways to get fit for yourself and your family. ID Life wants you to be healthier, have more energy, get better sleep, and achieve more focus. ID Life is a health and wellness company that is revolutionizing the industry with customized nutrition. The ID Life name stands for Individually Designed Life and was founded on the principle that no two people are alike, so everyone has unique nutritional needs. Tim Hernandez is your guy in the Quad Cities to offer you personalized guidance that is tailored specifically to your health factors and personal goals. Do you have health problems that may be holding you back? The doctors and scientists develop what nutrients you should be taking and what supplements will benefit you the most. Go to qchealth.idlife.com to sign up for an unconditional, no questions asked, 30-day money-back guarantee. Call Tim Hernandez today at 563-508-7221 so he can show you what makes ID Life different is you.
This is Rachel Alger with St. Ambrose University, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Hey there, Quad Cities. It's Allison.
And I'm Scott, and we're your online marketing consultants from Town Square Interactive.
When you build your website with TSI, you'll work with digital marketing specialists like us, who are committed to getting you found online, attract customers, and grow your business.
At Town Square Interactive, we think your business deserves a personal touch when it comes to marketing. We work locally and partner with some of the top radio stations like the one you're listening to now. It's how we take your business to the next level.
Call us today at 563-326-2541, and we'll show you how to build a website, get found online, and bring in that business you want and need. Or you can check us out online at townsquarequadcities.com.
Again, that's 563-326-2541 or online at townsquarequadcities.com.
Build your brand, impress your customers, and make sure that people who need your products and services can find you.
And let us help you with Town Square Interactive.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Golick and Wingo.
I don't know if I've ever felt worse for a kid in the league than Josh Rosen right now. Obviously, he was put into a horrible situation last year in Arizona where the team decided we're just going to go all in and reboot again the next year. He gets traded to Miami. It's like deja vu for him. He's going through this all again, and it's such an awful situation. We may never know what Josh Rosen could or could not have been because of the two situations he's found himself in his first 2 years.
Golick and Wingo. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Individual results vary. Exclusions apply. Contacts and glasses are such a hassle. I'd love to finally get LASIK, but
I'm going to stop you right there. If you want LASIK, then the LASIK Vision Institute has officially taken away everything standing in your way.
Isn't LASIK expensive?
Not at the LASIK Vision Institute. We're offering dramatically low prices and an absolutely free consultation. See for free if LASIK is right for you by texting STEP to 350-350.
But I'm really busy.
A text only takes seconds, and the LASIK procedure typically only takes 15 minutes. And best of all, most patients can get back to work the following day.
I had no idea.
The LASIK Vision Institute uses the latest FDA-approved LASIK technology that helps the majority of patients achieve 20/20 vision. We've performed over 1.3 million procedures. That's experience you can trust. And we're offering 20% off our already low-cost services.
What's that text again?
Text STEP to 350-350. That's STEP to 350-350 to schedule your free consultation today.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us for Local on ESPN 1170 AM, 1:15 in the afternoon, Monday, March 23rd. Thank you all for listening, watching on Facebook Live at Don't Hassle Us for Local, leaving comments on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. Reminder, you can listen to us on ESPN 1170. You can even at home, you can say, hey, Alexa, turn on ESPN 1170 AM. And you can also program your Alexa to say, hey, Alexa, turn on those idiots. And it'll probably go to us if you program it right. Who knows? You got time on your hands. You can figure out how that works. And then you can take a video of it and send it to us on Facebook at QC Hassle. Don't Hassle Us for Local. Or on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter at QC Hassle. You can listen to us also on ESPN1170am.com. You click the upper right-hand corner, listen now, and you can read some of the things we're working on. Yesterday, I just gave you things you can do on a Sunday to watch sports. I talked about the iRacing. We already did that. 7 hours of Tom Brady. I didn't watch a single minute of it. Thank goodness. That's what ESPN did yesterday. I believe they're going to, I think it's Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. It's Peyton Manning's birthday, and they're going to do some type of hours of him. At this point, ESPN needs content so much, I wouldn't be surprised if they just show every single interception that Jameis Winston showed in a drive, putting together 30 to 60 minutes of video. So that was yesterday. Also on Saturday and Sunday, CBS was doing the best NCAA basketball games, and I got to watch the 92 Kentucky versus Duke game, and I got to see what I consider one of the greatest shots in NCAA history. I got to see Leitner, 10 for 10 for the field, 10 for 10 for the line. Hey, like I said in the thing, go read it, ESPN1170am.com. Whether you like Duke or not, that's one of those moments that make you love sports. In studio, I got Kyle with me. Kyle, how you doing, my friend?
I'm here. I think everybody else is here as well.
Yep. Pepsi Kyle.
Yep.
Is what we call him around here. We just before we went to break, we talked about how the Olympics will be postponing till 2021, which is, it sucks. And most likely,
it's not going to start on time. That's the guarantee.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's going to be postponed for the first time in history since 1896, the modern day Olympics, that it's been postponed. So that's what's the latest thing in sports. Later on in the hour, I believe we're going to be talking to Mike Martin from Hidden Hills because about they're still open. I know right now with snow melting, it's not the ideal situation, but they are open as of right now. And there's certain guidelines that they want you to follow, and we'll talk about that as well. So, but anyway, Kyle, how are you getting through this COVID-19?
Well, they're actually making us work.
Oh,
so
okay.
With Pepsi, but now usually my hours are I work Tuesday through Saturday. So I'm at the stores at Hy-Vee on West Kimberly and Fairway on 53rd. But now they're making me go in on Tuesday tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. to service the store, come back and do it at night.
Okay.
And then from the rest of the week on, I'll be working nights. So going in at 7 p.m. and hopefully getting done by midnight, 12:30.
Okay.
They don't want us merchandisers, that's basically people that put pop on the shelf and do displays and all that. They want us in and out of the public, which makes sense, which makes clearly a lot of sense.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people are getting disputed all over the Quad Cities that are merchandisers for Pepsi for us. So
Well,
What I
guess
miss.
these are things that are, you got to just, this is the way to curb it, right?
Yep.
So
this is what our bosses want us to do. So we're still going to have pop, and beer companies are bringing in their products. So they're still going to have beer on the shelf, pop on the shelf, soda on the shelf. Yes, grocery stores are crazy. So everybody kind of bear with the people that are running the grocery stores and the people that are putting on yes, exactly. We're trying our best to make sure you guys are satisfied with the product that's on the shelf.
Now, how is the toilet paper supply?
Fairway usually has some directly right in the mornings, and their hours change as well as Hy-Vee's. They usually have it right there in the morning, and it's gone within 10 to 20 minutes of them opening the store.
Are you guys doing the hours for the elderly to get served first?
Hy-Vee has opened their doors, I think at 7, and I think Fairway's at 7 or 8 or something like that.
Okay, so there is time for the elderly to come in first. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right.
How are you surviving without sports?
It sucks, to be honest. Being a sports fan since I was about 3 years old, and there's all God made is video games, or somebody that created video games. So
I love how God created video games.
Kind of keep busy with that, and just moved to Eldridge not too long ago. So trying to get everything kind of settled in, and kind of keeping up with my family. Yeah, I'm out there. So.
You're in Eldridge, so you've got a ways to go. The closest grocery store is what, 30 minutes?
I'm actually couple walking distance blocks.
No. I'm talking a full chain where you can get anything you want.
10, 11 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad.
No.
I lived in Eldridge, but I was 3, so I don't remember.
I love the city of Eldridge, and my dad worked for 39 years for the city of Eldridge, and went to John Glenn Elementary in Donahue, and then junior high and high school in Eldridge.
Yeah, I mean, there's all certain ways to get by. Like you said, video games. I'm trying to get myself back into video games. It's funny when Chris mentioned the jigsaw puzzles as I was doing the spring cleaning in the basement.
I've seen a lot of puzzles out there.
I was doing. Are people doing Facebook Lives and people?
No Facebook Live. Don't give them ideas, Jay.
I know.
You guys have to join the karaoke, the quarantine karaoke group. It went from 1,000 when I first joined to now it's over 200,000 people.
Let me stretch when I make this announcement for you.
Gotta stretch out your vocal cords.
In draft form.
Oh, snap. Here we go.
Not a snap.
Not a snap, a draft.
By the way, Serge, vouch for me. Back in the day, 4 years ago, my Snap chat game was hard.
My gosh, it's strong.
It was strong.
WWE.
Yeah, during WrestleMania. So
back when you were into wrestling?
Yeah, I know. Gosh.
Son of a man.
Now,
how long did it take you on average to create one of those snaps where you doctored yourself up and did your impersonations?
Yeah, because it depends on how long it went.
Can you do Macho Man real quick?
Oh yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
Can I hear?
Oh yeah, Macho Man. You know what? I can probably pull up the video and play for you. Let me tell you something. It was pretty neat because
they were hilarious.
When you taught me how to do that, then I could change the color.
The secret colors?
Yeah. Then that game changed.
See, the secret colors, because that's the two that weren't on there were black and white to color on the screen with.
Yeah.
You just take your color bar and you click and you drag it to the bottom of the top and you get the secret colors unlocked. It's like a video game in itself.
Real quick, it was WrestleMania time, so I did a thing between Snapchats back and forth between Hogan and Macho Man, but you can color on your Snapchat, so I would draw the hat of Randy Macho Man.
Why have I never seen these?
I can show it to you. But then
I want to see them too.
Serge sent me a video, and it was of Sting, and I was like,
no. Here, hang on.
Yeah.
So black and white are the ones that nobody thought you could do. Well, I figured it out. Somebody just taught me, but.
Who taught you?
Women, because girls know how to do all this stuff. I don't. You can do black and white.
That was the answer. That's why I said it.
No, you can't. I'll show you. Okay, cool. Well, Jay does this extravagant long video of Macho Man and Hogan talking back and forth, where he's taking this time and he's coloring himself in, making him look spot on, doing the impersonations, and I just sent him a 2-second blip, just a screenshot of me as Sting. So I took the 5 minutes to make myself look like Sting, just sitting back in the rafters, just my eyes real big and wide open. Just sent it back to them. Jay was like, "Holy crap! How'd you do that?"
This is awesome.
Can I see all of this?
Yes,
I definitely want to see this too.
I saved it to video, but then
I want to see this too.
So I recorded yesterday in my drafts because I need a little help. JT is going to help me across the hall here from B100. My first TikTok. That's right.
I want TikTok too.
How'd it go?
Mine was
I tell you what,
horrible.
when it's all done, it's gonna be. Can I say this? It's gonna be lit.
You did it right too.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
And this is a serious freaking question.
Yes.
My kids and I are on TikTok.
Okay.
And the only video we did was of my son doing virtual reality because we have the thingy, and I don't know what's called. It starts with an O. And they do this and they fight, and I was recording. How do you attach music and special effects and all of the sound overs? How do you do that?
Well, just ask Coral.
Coral?
Coral is a TikTok
I
whiz.
love Coral. She's one of my favorites.
One of our first couple ones, I was so confused. I'm like, how did they get your voice to sound exactly like that? She's like, it's a dub over.
It's a dub over. But how do you get the dub over on your TikTok? And then how do you know what I mean?
I recorded, and in drafts is my very first TikTok. Give me time.
Can you teach us?
Yeah,
because
give me time.
Me and my kids are going to own
This
TikTok
first
if
one
we
is
can do
going
this.
to be the best one, and I don't know if it will be any better. But the first one is going to be the best one.
Okay.
But
Always.
I did it, yes. And
can we see your TikTok?
Oh yeah, when it's done, I'll send
Can we
it. Yeah.
play it live right now?
No, we'll do it. We'll put it on Facebook. It doesn't matter. And so
I think everybody wants to see it
really
right
was.
now.
I was out at the TBK Plex doing sports things. We always have to make a sports reference
Always
on here.
doing sports
It's like every like 4.5 minutes we have to make a sports
Sure,
reference
of
to keep
course.
things going. At TBK. For a volleyball tournament, sports check, ding. You need that over there. And then my players, some of my softball players play volleyball, and they were out there, and of course they're doing the movement. If you know kids, this is what they do a lot now.
I can't even do that. Can't
and
dance.
the man,
And out of nowhere, they're just
Not gonna
doing it.
happen.
You're like, what are
The
you
dab.
doing?
Yeah.
And they're like, the TikTok video. Like, yeah. So then I was making fun of them. Like, that's it. I'm making a TikTok account.
Yes, please. All of this.
It's what is my TikTok account? QC Jaybird. At QC Jaybird.
Okay. What's my TikTok?
All right, so and I was like, oh, I'm gonna make it. I'm just gonna do these videos, and then they're all right away. They were like, you need to do this, and this. No. And I mean, they're 9, so of course you're like, no, shut up. And but I was like, what do you mean I have to do this? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, so you guys don't make these dances up? You just follow someone else's?
Bingo.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all repeating.
I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm making up my own.
Good for you, trendsetter.
That a boy.
Thank you.
You
So,
are.
Way to get her
boss.
done.
Oh,
But don't get me wrong here. Yeah.
Is that it?
Don't get me
That's
wrong.
sick.
I'm not doing
That's
it.
awesome.
I'm not doing it like an actual like the dances like that or whatever, pumping everything out, which I'll get to do, but eventually. But this
I'm
one is
using this for something
this
later.
definitely has a sports theme. So this is my announcement, I guess, into the TikTok world.
Okay.
I
Don't
won't
go
do
follow
it.
At QC Jaybird.
Do we get a preview of what it is? Can you tell us about what your TikTok video is?
It is sports related.
Okay.
But
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's very much sports related. So because my only followers are the softball team because they're
Can
all
I
making
follow
fun.
you?
Sure, feel
All right,
free.
let's-
Everybody out there on E ESPN 1170 listening.
let's everybody follow Jay.
Hold on, let's make sure I got the handle right though, because I wouldn't want to.
Probably don't. Don't follow me yet because I don't know what I'm doing yet.
I employ that we just start making TikTok videos.
That's
and
what's happening.
We just
If
have
you
2
can
hours
teach
of us
me-
talking. Whoa. See these? You open it up. I don't.
See, he's
want
new
that.
here.
Yeah, no, it is. It's at QC Jaybird, and it's a picture of Hayden Fry holding a Puma sneaker. It's one of my favorite photos. It really is. Look at Hayden Fry.
Oh, nice.
That picture
Let me
is
see it, let me
fantastic.
see it.
It's Hayden Fry holding a Puma sneaker.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
It's classic. Anyway,
He could do like the Heisman vote or
yeah.
Heisman pose or something, you know.
So seriously, that's what it's come to. What we're doing. It's just a matter of.
I already
what's
got
going
it.
on. Did you, Kyle? You mentioned video games. Did you watch anything at all? The FS1, the virtual racing.
I did not. I was actually on this app. It's called Pluto TV, and they had a documentary on Michael Jordan, on how he just became, one of the greatest ever to play the game of basketball.
You mean the greatest ever?
Or yeah.
Okay.
It was unbelievable. And listening to him and his parents of why he wanted to be who he is today.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sets a great example for what a great player looks like, acts like, talks like. He had all the credentials and everything. It just showed from his college career why he left North Carolina to go be drafted by the Bulls. It was just unbelievable. And he always refers to his coach, Coach Dean Smith, at the time, where North Carolina won the national title. And pretty awesome. So if you guys go on Pluto TV and scroll down like sports and basketball, You'll find the documentary of Michael Jordan's about 45 minutes.
And that's on Pluto TV?
Yep.
I think I've seen that on the
I have
Amazon
never
Fire
even
Stick.
heard of
Never heard Pluto either until a couple days ago. I'm like, oh, this is very interesting.
There's a lot of things out there that you can find when you have time.
Shudder is a new streaming thing I did. It's all horror movies all the time.
Oh.
No thanks.
I was trying to
won't
what's the
sleep.
one it's, I think it's now I'm forgetting about it. It's almost darn it all. There was a documentary series and a lot of it has to do with like it's not like a Beyond the Map, but it's a lot about the dark side of professional wrestling. And they finally are doing one on Chris Benoit, which is that's about as dark as you can get.
Well, if you go to Amazon Prime TV and you search all of what you just said, it'll populate which streaming.
Viceland is the name of it.
Oh, it's Viceland. Then in Viceland, I believe is a channel on Amazon Prime. So.
Really?
Yep.
I can just.
They sponsor channels. Amazon Prime's the way to go. It's $100 a year, so it's not that.
That's not too bad.
No, and then you get all the Prime when you order food and clothes and whatever else too.
Well,
it's the way to be.
There's a lot of things out there that you
All
can
right.
watch.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a commercial.
No, it's not.
Oh. That's what it sounds like.
One bit.
All right.
She was a rich woman, she had rich taste, she felt the blood running through her veins.
This is my MySpace song.
She liked the life she had, she loved her big cats and the beauty of being untamed. Well, everything was fine, just as sweet as wine, but her husband went and disappeared.
Oh.
But then it got a little crazy, it got a little hazy, and the cops said there's something wrong here. Oh, here, kitty, kitty.
Okay.
Ooh, here, kitty, kitty.
I heard that.
Like that.
What Chris said is right. There's different people in. This is Joe Exotic. He's the main character, the main person in the Tiger King.
Okay.
He makes videos. First off, he's got a pretty good voice.
He's not bad.
But
It's not bad. No.
Give it a try. The first episode, there'd be some things like there's a small like PETA in you.
Sean.
A small PETA in you where you're like like what's I don't like these big cat people. But by the end of the first episode, you're like, what is going on? I got to watch the second one. And Joe Exotic. I'll just give you one. There's no. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but I'll give you one little thing that how Joe Exotic is or whatever else. He has. He's gay, which is fine. He has two husbands. Yeah.
Wait,
two husbands.
he has two husbands? Good
Two.
for him. He's
Two.
got balls too.
And how he met his second husband, how he met Travis. He was talking to him, and he said, again, it's incredible. He said, "Hey, how straight are you?" And Travis said, "I'm very straight." And he said, well, "Let me ask you a question." I'll do my best, exact Joe. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
When you do you watch pornography?
You know this is from?
What?
It's from Ron White.
That's how he did it. He picked it. This is his pickup line.
Wait, let him finish it.
No, hold on a second. This is his pickup line.
Ron White did this in a bit.
Is it do you want him to have a little
Yes,
one or
yes,
a big
yes,
one?
yes,
That
yes.
is Ron White.
Yep.
That's
I've heard
Ron
that
White.
So hold on a second.
In Vegas.
Is that Exotic Joe a plagiarizer?
It
or
is a
or
plagiarizer.
That's not original. No.
It's not original.
That's what he asked him, and
Yes.
that's how he
Ron
found
White
his
did
second
it
husband.
first. He goes, "Do you want it to
Holy
be small
crap, I
or do
am
you want it
gay."
to be big?" And he goes, "I want it to be big." And he goes,
Big raging.
"Yeah," and he goes,
Because well, you ain't that straight, is you? That's what he goes.
Right.
Well, you ain't that straight, is you?
Yeah. No, that is. You're right. It's Ron White.
Gotcha.
Look it up.
Did Exotic Joe use this? He did not give him credit for this.
He didn't because he reworded it. It wasn't worded exactly
You
the same.
caught me. You caught the tater.
He said,
You caught the tater
he said, when you
salad.
watch pornography, do you like the videos with the smallest
Just
things?
girls.
No,
or,
you want
no.
the bigger one. And then he's like,
Right.
you like.
Yeah, we just blew your mind,
He goes,
buddy.
he goes, well, you're not that straight, are is you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
then
he's
after that-
right. Ron
He's
White
right.
did it. I've seen it.
And I think Exotic Joe. Well, first off, I don't believe anything Exotic Joe
This
says.
is why
Or Joe
comedians
Exotic, Joe
fight.
Exotic.
Ron
they
White
fight.
of the Blue Collar Comedy Tour did that in their original bit.
Yeah,
in their
was it in
original-
Vegas or somewhere he was? He goes. It was when he was talking about Texas too, in the gum plane and the. Am I right? The same stand up.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen every Ron White episode.
It's the same one.
The very first.
It's the same
their
one.
biggest one, not his first one. Sorry, their biggest one, the Blue Collar Comedy Tour.
Remember? Okay, I've quoted it in the studio before when I said, Texas. They talk about LA
Say-
is putting in. He goes, we put in an express lane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talking
It's the
about the death
How is
penalty.
this not fact checked?
It's the same bit where he goes, "I was drinking in a bar. They threw me into public."
That's how he got a public
I guess I've seen that one.
I didn't get drunk in a bar. I got drunk in public.
Yes.
That part I remember, but I'm
Yeah.
telling you what,
Yep.
Joe Exotic.
Same bit. Same bit.
That he said that was his pickup line for it, and he didn't give any credit or anything like that.
Of course, he wouldn't give credit. Comedians steal other comedians' bits all
Joe
the time.
Exotic is not a comedian. He is a big cat guy who makes country music videos and a reality TV star.
Well, maybe he paid Ron White for this
goodness
little
gracious.
taste of.
I don't-
Yeah, he stole it. He's Serge is right.
You got any aliases?
Cat's right.
Yeah, they call me Tater Salad.
Tater salad.
Well, again, we have time on our hands. This is one of those crazy things to watch if you have something to do. You don't have to binge watch through it, watch all 7 episodes, and be like to do spoilers or anything like that. But it is. Here's what I'll tell you.
You tell me.
We like Dateline in our house.
I love Dateline.
So
Or
that's
2020.
it's just an extended Dateline, all right? Like we have so many Datelines that we record we put it on the DVR,
Same.
record them. And I was explaining this last night to my friend, Dan Escontria said I was like, we have so many that's like opening the Topps baseball pack, like when you go through the DVR, got it.
Seen
need
it, seen it,
Woo!
seen it, seen it,
Yeah,
seen
and
it.
then you open it up and you're like, within 15 seconds,
Same.
you're like, there's no murder to this one. I'm out. Next, got it, need it.
Yeah.
You know,
If you
like,
2020 on own, it's a crapshoot because there's 50 on your DVR at once, and then you have to go through. Yes, absolutely. I'm right there with you. You never
so
know.
It's like an extended Dateline.
Okay, do you watch
Murder,
Evil?
Mayhem, Madness.
Evil Lives Here. Have you ever watched that? It's called Evil Lives Here.
I
I
think I
believe it's
started
on
it.
ID. There's a new one every Sunday at 8 p.m. And I look forward to this all GD week. And it's a real accounts. It's kind of documentary setting where the family talks about how they figured out their family member was this or that.
You know, I knew eventually I would turn this show into My Bad Television. And now look what we've done.
And Anderson said the Dayline was just at the courthouse filming.
But everybody, I was just at the courthouse this morning.
Let's go. Dayline was Keith Morrison there?
I don't know.
It wasn't about me.
You guys are pretty
so
good.
we're all
You almost sound like Keith Morrison there, Serge. I really didn't know that they were doing that
Today, like Rock Island, or Scott
No,
County?
Scott County.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'll go there.
Did you, Serge? Did you watch anything on the Ocho yesterday? ESPN2?
No.
Nah, you passed on that.
Played cards.
Oh.
Played a lot of cards lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Cards Against Humanity or cards?
Played a couple of card games like that with played one called New Phone Who Dis the other night, where the premise is everybody gets a handful of reply cards that already have written on there like a generic response, funny generic response to a text message, and it's in a little text bubble.
Mhm.
And then the reader reads off the first text, and then you pick which one of yours is the funniest. And it's this simple, like a very common premise in games is guess who wrote this one, guess who wrote the funniest one, or which one do you like the best. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's
New
a lot-
Phone Who
lear-
Dis.
learn a lot of abbreviations in there on shorthand text messages.
I play that game.
My
every
buddy
day.
kept Chris Smith kept reading. He's like, "What is RN?" He's like, "I'll be there. On my way. RN."
Right now.
I
right
said
now.
that to you. It means right now, right? So
I
you
figured
get to
all
learn
that
some.
stuff out.
Yeah.
I don't text shorthand.
I don't either.
SMDH.
I'm an adult. Okay.
I know what that
Shaking my damn head.
I spell it out.
just
my dad tried to do that once, but he was doing it wrong. It was kind of fun.
I'm going to.
He would just leave vowels out.
I'm gonna. This is what I'm gonna do.
Or type phone
If
FONE.
If I don't like texts, or I think they're going too far or whatever, I'm just gonna do AR. All right.
All right. You gotta do it in your normal voice though.
All right. How do you do it?
All right.
You guys do A, little A,
Like you're mad,
A.
like you're mad at the kid. Like you're mad at the kids.
No, but I'm doing it in the AR though.
I know.
All right.
So you gotta do capital A, little A, little A, little A, capital R.
No, just AR. You're fine there.
Yeah.
No.
And then have a
Then it's gotta
have
be
a
small
and then an
small
emoji
caps.
after. It's like frustrated emoji.
I like TLDR. That's one of my favorites.
What is that?
Too long, didn't read.
That's me just blocking
It's like the text
you.
equivalent of Metcalfing you.
Yeah, that's the one where you're getting into a fight. There. Yeah.
TLDR. Somebody
Okay.
writes this long, either angry or heartfelt, either which way, or just lengthy text message. Just respond right away with TLDR.
That's so mean.
Put it as a Facebook comment.
Just block
it's
them
great.
like the rest of us.
great.
Have a little compassion.
Okay, we got to take a quick break. Come back. We're going to talk with Mike Martin out at Hidden Hills. Talk about what's going on there. They are open, so we need to give them a little pub, because if you can get out, if you feel like it, then that would be the place to go.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Bob.
All right, we're gonna do another one here, but now we have to. You have to interfere a little bit because I don't know the.
Serge will help you.
All right, attention, pizza lovers. We have exciting news for you. Van's Pizza is now in Bettendorf. Van's Pizza and More has just opened near the TB K-Plex at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Roads. They have outstanding daily specials with the Van's Pizza you love. This Van's famous wings and also popular bread and nuggets, salads, and baked subs. Van's Pizza and More is a carry-out call-in establishment already, so that works out conveniently for this time. You can have your pizza hot and ready within 10 minutes, or you can have it delivered. Delivery area limited, so call... You're going to interfere?
Yeah, I am.
We got a couple special drivers
We
out there
do,
today.
yeah, thank
for
you,
20
Sexy.
Right now we have Troy.
19 more minutes. You got T-Roy and Money Man
Oh, my God,
doing
perfect.
some deliveries. So if you play your cards right, you order pizza from Van's Pizza Pub out at the TBK Plex right now, you could have T-Roy or Money show up at your door with your pizza.
Tell
19 more minutes.
Tell them don't
19
have
more
us. We're local.
minutes.
Sent you.
Yeah, I love it.
If you tell them don't hassle us, we're local, sent you, then T-Roy owes you a shot.
So call Vans on the go at 563-232-1396. Once again, that's 563-232-1396. Ask for T-Roy or Money to come deliver your pizza in person. That's Vans Pizza and More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
This is UFC Hall of Famer Pat Milicic. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us. We're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Lou Jack Hyundai is here for you, Quad Cities, and proud to roll out Hyundai Assurance. In addition to money-saving offers through the Hyundai Spring Sales Event, your first payment's not due for a full 3 months on any new Hyundai, including a new 2020 Hyundai Tucson. And to give you more peace of mind, if you lose your job, your payments are covered for 6 months. Plus, you still get America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Assurance. Lou Jack Hyundai is here for you. Click LouJackHyundai.com. See dealer for full details and post-exclusion date of purchase with approved credit through Hyundai Motors Finance. Ends 3/31/20.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
At Walgreens, refreshing your spring beauty routine is easy thanks to fresh new deals. Right now, buy 2 cosmetics, nail products, or beauty accessories and get your third one free. Shop your favorites from brands like L'Oreal Paris, Maybelline, and CoverGirl. Or try over 1,000 new beauty items today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. While supplies last, restrictions and exclusions apply. See store for details. It's
It's Macy's VIP sale with an extra 30% off designers that rarely go on sale when you use your coupon or Macy's card. That's big savings on the season's best trends, like head-to-toe neutrals, modern florals, pops of coral, and more. Plus, use your coupon to take 15% off beauty, too. Or check out great spring specials for you, your family, and your home. Plus, everyone gets free shipping on purchases of $25 or more now at Macy's.com. Savings off regular and sale prices. Exclusions apply.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year, automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2020 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
Sports and beer. Enjoy both at lunch. Don't hassle us. We're local, noon to 2, on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to ESPN 1170 AM. 1:46 in the afternoon, Monday, March 23rd. 3:23. What else do I feel like something else happened on March 23rd?
There it is again.
I don't know.
March 23rd?
I don't know. And for some reason, I keep looking at the 23rd and feel like there's something that happened today.
March.
Anyway, it's probably some great day in sports. Missing
I'm
outside
sure
of
it
Kobe
is. It's
dropping
in your
50 for
brain.
the fifth time. Fourth time. So anyway, yeah, off the air, we were just talking about how much TikTok's going to blow up now that we're all, I mean, not all.
Oh,
Me and Bob
it's
are on it.
a significant day in Pakistan.
What?
That's what you're remembering, Jay.
What's that?
On this day in 1940, the historic convention of All India Muslim League convened to resolve the next day, demanding autonomy of the Muslim majority.
That sounds about right.
Well, you're a history teacher, correct?
Yeah.
I bet that's why it's resonated in your head.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
All right, well.
Not sports related.
I know we're all trying to do our best for social distancing. All right, but you can feel cooped up, and you do have that need to do. I mean, you've seen videos. People are doing things. People at the Y, we've helped them put videos together, and they're doing live there. They've got a nice schedule going on there to people to stay active. We're trying to figure out things to do out there. Hidden Hills is still open.
I cannot believe that. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of your golf courses still are.
Well, Oakwood is to members.
Okay. Those are open to members, but Hidden Hills is that you don't have to be a member.
Right. So I'd rather go there.
Yeah. So
tough course. I played it before. Tough course.
I don't know.
It's fun.
Didn't we talked about this, but Palmer Hills, did they make a decision? Because that's the city owned, and city shut down everything.
I've not heard yet, but let me find out.
And Emi's is city owned as well, but Hidden Hills you can still golf. Right now it's walking only until further notice.
No carts.
Yeah.
So walking in the snow.
That's probably because of the weather.
Yes, probably because I know that it's been obviously pushed out there that the recommendations.
I know at Oakwood you can only ride one per cart. That's there.
That's
Right,
the other
that's very
recommendation.
common.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Leave flag six in at all time. Which, by the way, if you want to make it on the PGA, you can do that starting last year. There's some sports for you. Hit the bell.
Sports.
Starting last year, the PGA allowed that you could do that.
We did it.
Someone who did do that was my guy Bryson DeChambeau.
DeChambeau?
Yeah.
DeChambeau. I love saying that name.
Signing up, I don't know if that's really going to happen, but at Hidden Hills, they limit 10 people in the club in the clubhouse at a time. So if you have to buy teas or whatever else.
Now, what
buy
about
beer.
driving ranges? Do we know anything about that?
Okay, so
You got another good
as
question.
of Wednesday, doesn't sound like you can.
Dale just said Palmer is open on the Harrington's Pub Facebook
He
comment.
did.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Okay, no, but this is their grill. This isn't the actual course. So the grill is open with full menu for takeout and curbside service only. Limit 10 people in the golf shop at a time. Leave flag. Okay, so leave flag sticks in so that you can play. We will allow single rider carts upon request. So there you go. They are still open.
Yeah,
Both the grill and the
Can
course.
you look that up for me? Is that it? Why? Brebner said Malice in the Palace happened
No,
today?
that was November 19th.
That was November, yeah.
I corrected him. It's okay.
I tell you what, I was like, I don't want that to be my memory.
No.
Oakwood, hey, you know what? Oakwood is still open, and I would like to put this out there for social members.
You're not an idiot, Brebner.
If
Get excited.
if you have a social membership at Oakwood, which means you're only allowed 6 to 8 golfing times per
And-
year, right now they're going to let you golf, and it will not count against your annual golfing time. So you can go ahead and golf
Yeah,
for free.
Rustic, Heath just said Rustic Ridge is open to walk a ride. The other thing is limit touching the cups. There are some places that are they're putting like raised cups. So
Okay.
it'd be something on top of, like, if we just put like the small plate on top of the cup, you hit it, it's good.
Right.
It's a gimme. So that way
you don't have to rake the bunkers. Yeah,
you can use your feet.
All
Yeah, you can use your
right.
feet.
How is that going to spread
Because
any
you're
kind
not,
of
you're
virus?
Not, you're not picking up
the rake. You're
Right.
using wear your golfing gloves. You're not going to be touching the rake with your hands
But if I have
anyway.
my golf glove on and I'm
I
wiping
like
my
you
face.
wear
and
golfing
everything
gloves.
else.
I'm moving
So-
to St.
this
Louis.
has gone
They're
way
just,
too
no,
far.
They're just limiting things where you can spread germs by touching the rake, the cup, the
Okay.
flag.
Well, my son wiped a booger on my face yesterday. So does that mean I have coronavirus?
I don't know. Did he?
Did you?
I hate all of this. And my mom goes, and I go, I'm going to the radio.
Did
She goes,
he flick it at you and say, "How about some coronavirus?"
it is Cooper, so yes, probably. My mom's
awesome.
like, you're going to the station. I just worry about what you're bringing back. And I go, your husband went to work today around 40 employees. I mean, people need to realize what they're saying and what they fear, and if it's legitimate and if it's not. That's all. This is driving me nuts.
Same.
The manufactured fear has got to stop. There's enough fear that is real, so don't make more. Don't do that to yourselves. I'm fine. We're here. We're all fine. How do you feel? Are you okay?
I don't know. I'm a little short of breath.
That's only because I'm sitting next
There
to you, baby.
you go. There you go. No, I'm feeling good.
See?
And that's the thing is, yeah, you can still believe what you want to believe, and not get overly worried. And your hypochondriacs out there that the second someone sneezes, they yell coronavirus. You want
God.
to know what? Sneezing's not a symptom. How about
It
that?
is not.
Okay.
Short
So
as
you
a
don't have to
breath.
freak out about things. But yeah, you could also still practice some social distancing. You could also, maybe limit your trips and stuff. Do a little bit of your part to just, all right, I'm not going out there.
Absolutely.
In the huge crowds. I don't want to be in a big crowd. I don't want to eat off.
I
of a
don't like to
buffet.
be in big crowds anyway, so we're good.
Yep.
I feel you. No, you're right, Serge. You're saying everything correct. And
But I'm not. But at the same breath, I'm also not going to be like see another human being like, oh darn, like there's 4 of us in a studio right now. Hey, we're not 6
it's
feet apart.
okay. We're okay. And for my mom to say, well, this is just my example that I'm using. When my mother says, well, I don't know what you're going to bring home if you're around 4 other people. Your husband was just at his company talking to 20 employees. How is that different? I don't like the selective fear that I'm seeing, and I'm seeing it everywhere. So don't have the selective fear. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand I just made this
I'm
term
also
out.
not going to jump anybody for one way or the other on their beliefs and their fear on things.
No,
I'm
not at all.
gonna-
Not at all. But
Same.
don't say
If that's how you
don't-
feel. That's how you feel.
Don't
Cool.
say I don't want anybody doing this, and then you go out and you go grocery shopping, or don't say you have to. Don't be hypocritical.
That'd be like
Just,
being in like a mass crowd one day and turning around the very next day and condemning everybody else. Or being in mass crowds.
exactly
Interesting.
Exactly.
Seen that before.
Just
Thank
be courteous.
you.
Just
That's
be
what I'm
courteous.
saying. Well, just follow through with your beliefs. Don't pussyfoot around and jump
Nope.
from one foot to the other. Just maintain. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyways, back to you, Jay.
No, everything you're saying is correct. Like, there's just certain things. I guess we need to remember that what you're saying. Don't jump down anyone's throat for what they're doing.
Never.
Palmer has Reuben soup.
Oh my God, what is that?
What do you think it is?
Reuben Delicious. Well, I'm Belgian. I just want to put that out there 100%. So
I'm still looking at Palmer Hills Golf Course.
my nickname is Reuben Soup.
Yeah.
And other nicknames too that we won't mention name.
Well, it's peachy pineapple.
That's it.
If you want to go there.
That's the one. That's the one.
Again, you don't need to. Sometimes you just don't need to comment on someone's Facebook post. How's that?
Sure.
There you go. You can just be like, you can just be like, I don't agree with it. So, but I don't need to make a comment on it. That's for certain. So I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah.
You don't need to
Just stop.
You don't need to push your opinion. There's a lot of things going on right now, folks. There's a lot of they're trying to push this stimulus package. and
No.
people are going to.
We're not pushing it. It is gone. The Democrats voted it out.
No, they're negotiating again.
But
as we
the thing that I'm going to point out, and now this is, I am conservative, and I have been pushed this way. I used to be liberal. Now I'm going to say this really fast. Right now, what we're seeing is a tug of war competition within the government. Okay, so what we're seeing is the Democrats are trying to sneak things into the stimulus package, and the Republicans are saying no. But then the Republicans are trying to sneak things into the stimulus package, and then it's back and forth. Like, just be honest. Shut up. And be honest and do for the people instead of yourself in your own pockets. Because I'm seeing all my friends fight on Facebook right now about this stimulus package. And in reality, they need to just stop.
No, don't do that. Don't fight over this.
They are. And they think it's one side or the other. No, it's both of them. It's the entire government as a whole. It really is. It isn't?
Like to see this. No, I don't like to see.
I know, and I've seen it, and I've backed out. If you've seen, Jay, you know how political I am.
Yeah.
You haven't seen me post anything about this in the last week. And you won't.
Here's what I did. I read an article, and I didn't think I was any more intelligent than anyone else, and so I didn't make a comment on anyone else's post.
No, it doesn't. It's not a matter of being more intelligent. It's about being more educated on the exact topic at hand. So there are times I don't now. I mean, I very rarely even interject or even comment because people are so passionate and emotions run wild, and it's not about facts anymore. It's about emotions, and I cannot participate in emotional conversations. I will participate in factual conversations. So I've withdrawn. But reality of the matter is there is an underlying agenda here that we will find out eventually. And when you see the government fighting over what to give the American people, and people saying, well, I'm glad they turned us down because then corporations aren't getting it. But corporations employ thousands upon thousands of people, so that bailout goes to those employees. It's not just the corporations, which is what it's confusing people, and it's frustrating. So just chill out. We don't have any control anyway. Just watch it go down. Don't fight with your neighbor. Just wipe your butt with your 2-ply and enjoy yourself.
I mean, that sucks that we have 2.5 minutes left. That was the way to end it. That was the way to end it.
It's true.
Yeah, it is. I guess the silver lining for this, we do have people that still are going to come on air and want to be guests. AC Earl's going to be on this week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
He's awesome.
We're going to have him in, and that's going to be a lot of fun. We got Jeff Wendland, from a former writer at the Quad City Rock Island Argus. He's going to be in on Wednesday. We've got call-ins from Derek Lavoisier, former winner of Big Brother 16. I might.
Oh,
Jay's going to get something.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He's going to call in, and I'm trying
Jay's
to.
crush.
I'm working on somebody else to come in studio as well. That's in the same realm, kind of in the reality world, but he's a guy who recruits for. It's not for Big Brother, it's for something else. But and I'm talking to other athletes that are in the area that if they want to come in, if not, they can call in as well. But we're booking. We are working on more and more people because they have time on their hands. Usually 12 to 2 is not easy, so they're doing things. They're busy, but now. We'll probably have a lot more interviews, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I want you guys to stay with us and, be nice to each other. Have fun.
Stay safe. Be kind to one another.
And don't argue on Facebook.
And you can make a video without making money.
It's
you can just make
okay.
content.
Yeah.
You really
like
can.
TikTok.
Ooh, content. Can you imagine the possibilities?
Just make more content and you don't have to ask for anything.
I'm going to make one. I'm going to compete with Jay on his TikTok. This is a competition now because I can't gamble at the boat. So now me and my kids are going to go up against Jay and his kids. And we're
Well,
going to see
I'm
who
not
can get
doing
the
my
most
kids
likes.
because my kids want to do the whole, do you got to do this video? I'm like, no, I make my
Okay,
own
well,
dance.
guess what?
But this
Their
isn't-
mom doesn't say no. So
isn't
let's go.
This isn't a dance. I'm telling you right now, it's not so much a dance, but I'll get to that.
All right. Let's see who wins. It's competition.
I'm gonna do that. This is really this.
Are you stripping?
No, I'm gonna do the hand through the heart and you do the pumping. Hey Kyle, thank you
I
so
can't
much
do
for
that.
coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks Chris for calling
Thank
in
you,
as
Kyle.
well. Serge,
Yo.
I'll see you.
Were you even here?
We got a video going on. Bomber, love it. See you tomorrow. Hey,
I love you guys.
take care, Quad Cities. Enjoy yourselves.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Later.
Chiropractic Studios. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB, Davenport.